What's going on, traders? Jordan the Maestro here. We're back again with another video. I hope you've been doing good. Now today we're going to talk about a very important topics, things that I learned that took my trading to the next level. Let's go. All right, y'all. So if you're a trader and you're kind of new in your journey, talking about less than a year, 2 years even, then I know exactly where you are right now. For the most part, most of you are in a situation where you're still learning the markets. You're still trying to figure it out. You're going through a lot of losing. Maybe you may have a winning day or a winning couple of days, maybe even a winning week, but you tend to lose it all in the markets the following week. Maybe you have some great wins and then you give it right back to the market and you start over trading. Or maybe you just second guess yourself in your strategy and you're going from strategy to strategy and course to course trying to figure out who you really are as a trader. All of this is completely normal, and all of this, believe it or not, every professional trader, every profitable trader has been through it, and it's completely okay. Now let me share with you guys a couple of things that I did that took my trading to the next level. First thing I did, I focused on trading one pair. Now this is very important. In the beginning of my trading journey, I was trading just about every single pair I could find. Any pair I could find, if it fit the strategy that I was working on at the time, if I saw my setup at any particular pair, it could be oil, could be an exotic, could be a regular Forex pair, it could be anything, any indice or whatever, you name it, I'm trading it. And while that may work for some traders, and some traders may be successful at that, but what helped me, one of the first steps that helped me advance myself in my trading journey was honing in and focusing on one pair. The reason why this was so influential and beneficial to me is because by focusing on one pair, I was really able to understand how that pair moved. I was able to understand the ins and outs of that pair, how it typically reacts to certain news releases, how it typically reacts when it's about to make a major move. So all of the intricate details that, believe it or not, my strategy didn't show me, because my strategy is based on a particular setup or setups, I still understood where the market was going because I was so focused on one pair. That pair happens to be gold. But even if it's not gold for you, choose a pair that you feel that you have a good track record with. And maybe you don't have a good track record with any pair yet, but choose a pair you tend to understand a little better than the others. A pair that it seems that the strategy that you're using, it fits it a bit more than the others. You need to do some research, you need to do some deep diving to really understand that. But once you find that pair, it's time to hone in, back test, do everything that you need to do to understand that pair, not only in the situations of your strategy, but in every situation. Understand how it moves when your setup is not presenting itself. The point of it is be a master of one thing and not a jack of all trades. Number 2, I created my trading rules. Very, very important. When you're a new trader, or when you're even as an intermediate trader, you go into the market, and when you go into the market with no plan at all, you usually are planning to fail. We have to understand this market, as much as it is a very lucrative market and you can make a lot of money trading this market, the opposite is also true. You can lose a whole lot of money trading this market, and it could be a very dangerous market as well. You need to go in with a plan. Whenever you're trading, you should not be just blindly trading and just pressing buy or sell in any pair. You should come in presenting a plan. Parts of that trading plan can include when I trade, what times I trade, right? What time frames I trade. Am I trading New York session? Am I trading the London session, the Asian session, right? What pairs I trade, as I said before. How many times I trade in a day, right? So how many trades do I take in a day? Does me winning a trade affect how many trades I take in a day? Or does me losing a trade affect how many trades I take in a day? For example, am I cutting off my trading day after 2 losses? And am I cutting off my trading day after 2 wins? Which one is it? Or is it both? You have to figure that out, and you have to have that well defined in your trading rules. Once you have your trading rules set up, and once you understand them and know them and memorize them, you need to stick to those rules as if it is a binding contract. This is one of the key elements in helping you taking your trading to the next level. Number 3, you want to document your trades. Now, what's the point of trading and losing and winning and doing all of these things that I'm doing? And if I'm winning, I don't really understand how I'm winning. And if I'm losing, I don't know what's causing me to lose. We need to understand, if we do not do the proper work it takes to become better traders, we're just going to be stuck where we're at. You need to understand why you're losing if you're losing in the market. It was not until I started documenting my trades that I understood a lot of the mistakes that I was making in the market was 1 or 2 mistakes over and over and over again. And those things, you don't quite understand them and discover them until you start going over the trades that you took. Same is true for the trades that we win. Sometimes we win trades by accident, let's face it. But we have to be honest about that. If you're winning trades by accident, it could have also been accidentally a loss. You have to go over those trades. And when you do win a trade purposely, you need to understand what allowed you to win that trade and how do I repeat more of that activity. I use Microsoft OneNote to document my trades. And the way I used it is I took a screenshot the minute my trade ended, right? Whether it closed in a win or it closed in a loss, I took a screenshot of that trade, of that setup. Why did I do that? Oftentimes we can write down wins and losses in our trading journal, but when we don't see a visual of how the trade actually played out, we are losing a key component in really analyzing what went wrong or what went well, right? So very important, in addition to documenting whether you won or you lost, you need to take a screenshot of that trade so you get an understanding of what that setup was and what you were truly seeing during that moment. Now, in addition to the screenshot, obviously, you want to write the details of what happened. If you lost that trade, you want to write down what you were thinking when you took that trade. Why did you take that trade? What setup were you using? Was it a valid loss? And what do I mean by a valid loss? What I'm trying to say is you implemented your strategy, you did not deviate from your rules, and it just ended up in a loss. And if you lost that way, that's okay. Because remember, trading is a probability game and you're going to have losses, but as long as your wins outweigh your losses, you're going to be just fine. Also, in my wins, I would document what I was thinking during the win, how I implemented my strategy, how I followed my rules. And when I go over my trades for the week and I look at my wins and I look at my losers, I'm able to tell myself, you know what, next time I see this setup or next time this happens, I'll know not to do this. Or next time this happens, I'll know to do more of that. Document your trades if you want to start taking your trading to the next level. The 4th thing I did, I stopped changing my strategies. Now, this is a tricky one. Oftentimes, what happens to us, especially as we are just learning how to trade, is we're going to hop from strategy to strategy to strategy. And really what it is it's a lack of understanding that probability plays a huge part in trading. Your strategy is not going to work 100% of the time. For example, let's say I have a strategy that is 70% effective. Let's even say 60%. So I have a strategy 60% effective, right? 60% of my trades, I'm winning. Now, what can happen sometimes is that I may take a trade using that strategy and I lose. Take a second trade and I lose. Take a third trade and I lose again. Now, what happens to a lot of new traders is when that happens, they tend to think the strategy just doesn't work. But in reality, what you're not taking into account is that you don't have a big enough sample size to say that the strategy has not worked. If you took 10 trades, you might have lost the first 3, but you also might have won the next 6. So out of 10, let's say you won 6 of them, but you lost the first 3 or 4. So If you actually analyze the data, you realize your strategy actually is 60% effective. That is a great strategy, but you weren't patient enough to allow your strategy to play out that way. You have to choose a strategy and stick to it. Choose a strategy that you're comfortable with, that your style fits. And once you get that strategy, despite losses in the market and despite some uncertainties, you have to stick to it as long as you know for a fact that this is a profitable strategy. It was not until I stopped changing my strategies that I realized my trading was taking a turn for the better. Stick to one strategy, or stick to just a few strategies that you use depending on the trading environment, but stick to them and allow them to play out with the large sample size of trades. Now, the last thing I did was I learned how to lose. That's right. A part of being successful in trading is knowing how to lose. Wins will come as long as you know how to lose. Now, that includes knowing that I shouldn't be over leveraging, or knowing not to let a loser run. Now, depending on your trading style, you may want to cut a loser short if you see that the trade may not be playing out, or you may want to choose a low enough lot size or good risk so that no matter where you place your stop loss, you're not changing that and you're okay with the loss. Either way is fine if implemented the right way. But what's not fine is not knowing how much you're going to lose or where you're going to place your stop losses. People, you want to use your stop losses. They're there for a reason. They're there to protect you. You don't want to play around in this market because it will take all of your money. Whether it's $100 or even $100,000, the market has no heart for your money. Protect your money at all times is going to be the most valuable tip when it comes to learning how to lose. And when you truly know how to lose and you know how to limit your losses and minimize your losses, then you're going to see your trading take off to the next level. So traders, I hope you take these steps seriously. And if you implement these steps, you're going to watch and see your trading take off to the next level. And when you do, be sure to leave me a testimonial and I'll be beyond happy for each and every one of you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Jordan the Maestro, and I'm out. Take care.